Good morning, everyone. Hello and welcome to the weekly commodity audiocast. I am Kainat Chainwala from Kotak Securities Commodities Research Desk. And like in every episode, today also we will be navigating through the ever changing landscape of commodity markets, examining the events that influence market sentiments, and uncover the latest trends. So let's get started. Last week, markets closed on an optimistic note as visible signs of a slowdown in the US economy bolstered prospects for Federal Reserve rate cuts. Dollar was initially well supported above 105 levels in the earlier part of the week, supported by a somewhat dovish commentary by Fed Chair Jerome Powell and simmering tensions in the Middle East. Fed Chair acknowledged progress in inflation in getting back on a downward path, but reiterated that officials need more evidence before lowering interest rates. Meanwhile, FOMC June policy meeting minutes showed officials were awaiting evidence that inflation is cooling and was split on how long to keep rates elevated. This, coupled with unexpected increase in US door shop openings in May, after slowdown in labor demand in the previous few months, pushed greenback to a 2-month high of 106 levels. Dollar did not really see any major weakness despite poor private payrolls and services PMI figures. US private payrolls growth edged lower in June as companies added just 150,000 jobs for the month, below the upwardly revised 157,000 in May, and services PMI tumbled to 48.8 in June, contracting at the fastest pace in over 4 years. However, dollar pulled back from higher levels and closed at a 7-week low of 104.88 after the official jobs report on Friday indicated a steady slowdown in the US labor market. Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics showed the US economy added 206,000 non-farm payroll jobs in June, more than the Bloomberg estimate of 190,000. But something that needs to be noted here is that job growth in the prior 2 months was revised down by 111,000. At the same time, the unemployment rate edged higher to 4.1%, highest since November 2021, and wage inflation continued to cool as average hourly earnings rose 3.9% in June from a year ago compared to 4.1% in May, in the smallest annual advance in 3 years. Overall, the report did confirm a moderation in US labor markets, lifting S&P 500 and Dow Jones to record highs. COMEX gold surged to 1-month high of $2401.5 per ounce as downward revisions in US non-farm payrolls in the prior months and unexpected rise in the unemployment rate raised the odds of a September Fed rate cut. According to CME FedWatch tool, futures markets are now pricing in a 72% chance for a 25 bips rate cut at the Fed's meeting in September, up from a 57.9% chance seen a week ago. On the technical front, MCX Gold August futures on the 4-hourly chart has given an upward breakout of its cup and handle chart pattern, confirming an upward bias. In addition, RSI 14 is hovering around 74.8 levels, indicating dominance of the bulls. Next resistance for the counter is placed at 73,550, above which major resistance is placed at rupees 74,000. Moving on to silver, silver prices rallied as much as 6.5% last week, in line with sharp gains in both gold and base metals. LME base metals closed the week higher, with copper leading the gains with nearly 4% upside, as Fed rate cut optimism far outweighed concerns of a patchy recovery in China, hinted by mixed PMI figures. Data from top consumer China continues to highlight an uneven economic recovery and dent demand prospects. Caixin manufacturing PMI climbed to 51.8 last month, the strongest reading since May 2021, while the official manufacturing PMI figures came in at 49.5 in June 2024, unchanged from May, and non-manufacturing PMI dropped to 50.5 in June, down from 51.1 in May. Talking about copper, technically, on the 4-hourly chart, MCX Copper July futures formed a rounding bottom chart pattern near its demand zone and provides a strong upward breakout, the credibility of which was confirmed by high volumes. Next resistance for the counter is placed at rupees 885, above which major resistance is placed at rupees 897.5. Talking about the energy complex, WTI crude oil hit $84.52 per barrel, highest level since late April, buoyed further by concerns of a more severe storm season, largest inventory drawdown in over a year, and escalating geopolitical tensions. Now, oil is set for more gains as Lebanese Hezbollah group launched over 200 rockets on Thursday at several military bases in Israel in retaliation for an attack that killed one of its one of its senior commanders. Now that the official jobs data is out, markets are keenly awaiting more supportive data and comments to solidify expectations for a September rate cut. Starting with US inflation figures this week, US CPI is expected to rise by 0.1% after remaining unchanged in May, while core CPI is expected to hold steady at 0.2%. A larger than expected increase could prompt investors to reconsider the likelihood of a Fed rate cut, while a negative surprise could bolster market confidence even further. Fed Chair Jerome Powell's testimony will be closely watched, although it's unlikely that he will provide any fresh hints on the monetary policy outlook. Besides, Chinese inflation figures will be in focus as CPI is expected to improve to 0.4% in June, following stagnant price growth at 0.3% in April and May, while PPI deflation is projected to narrow further to 0.8%. If both indicators meet estimates, it would indicate an improvement in domestic demand. So overall, signs of a slowdown in the US labor market has boosted optimism for rate cuts. However, incoming data from the US could lead to shifts in market expectations, potentially causing volatile movement in commodities. On that note, we conclude this session of Commodity Audiocast and hope that we've offered you valuable insights. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and we eagerly anticipate your presence with us again next week. Until then, happy trading. Thank you.